do here is go back.
What's up, Hiroshi? Let's light this candle today. Guys, welcome to the show. This is Tuned In Live Podcast. You are watching us live on twitch.tv/arrow with a name. Hit that follow button down below if you haven't already. If you are watching us on our YouTube channel, Arrow Entertainment, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Show some support. Also, we are on Discord as well. If you guys want to join our Discord server, link for that is down below in the description section of this video on YouTube and in the About section on our Twitch feed as you are watching us. We are also sponsored by W.GG, which is an energy drink. It's a dietary supplement. W Energy Drink, which is brand new. It is targeted toward gamers and anybody who is, wants to try out something new that is a dietary supplement, kind of like an energy drink. It's an energy blend. It's a power blend. They have different flavors and such. If you go to the website today, W.GG, you can use coupon code ARROWWAN and you could save 10% on your purchase there. However, since it's a brand new product and it has not been approved by the FDA, I would recommend take caution when making your purchase today or anytime when you visit the website. So, welcome to the show, guys. And this is going to get pretty heated this morning. And I mean heated. Because I got some issues. I got some issues this morning that kind of pissed me off a little bit. And I want to start with the biggest one. Of course, you see what the biggest one is, judging by the title. And I'm going to play this video for you guys before I get into it. This is a video on TikTok that was shared to me recently.
If you want to stop the ban on TikTok,
I got to be on the video.
You need to stop scrolling right now. This restrict bill isn't even about TikTok. TikTok is the distraction. Yes, of course, they're going to ban TikTok if this bill passes. However, what they're not saying, if you actually read the bill, if you look at the fine print, it's allowing the government complete and utter control over anything that accesses the internet with over 1 million users. Yeah, those video games that you love so much are at risk. The government can ban any video game they deem fit. Do you have any cameras around your house that is being accessed through a website that over 1 million users use? Like, I don't know, Ring or any other video devices? Yeah, the government can now access everything without asking permission or telling you that they're doing it. No, they get to do whatever they want. So for everybody who doesn't even like TikTok, this is going to affect you in some sort of way. Your freedom of speech, your freedom of privacy. In this law, you will have to provide your own personal information to access anything. If you want to be on social media, you will have to provide a license. Yeah, you'll have to provide proof of identity. So if they ban you on Instagram, yeah, you're not going to be able to make a new profile. And for everybody saying, just get a VPN. Yeah, you will get in trouble, not only financially, but legally. If they find out that you're using a VPN, you can be jailed for up to 20 years and be fined anywhere from $1,000 to $1 million. So when you say, when they ban TikTok, I'll do this then, that's not gonna help. You can't wait. If you wait, you're part of the problem. Everybody needs to call their representatives, a local representative and their 2 state senators. Call, email, send a freaking letter. Go and show up to their office. Any event that they are speaking at, go. Make them listen to you. That's 3 representatives for every state, 50 states. That's 150 people against 150 million American TikTok users. We need to keep going. We need to keep fighting. We need to keep pushing. And the only thing that's actually going to make a difference is getting to your representatives. Now, when you contact them, you have to make sure to be very nice about it. You can't be rude because it's more threatening when it's coming from somebody with a nice, cool, collected, calm tone. You're going to let them know that you are against the Restrict Act. You are against them banning TikTok. And you're going to explain to them why this app is so important to you and why you're so against the Restrict Act. And then most important, you're going to threaten that if they go ahead and pass this bill, that you will spend all of your newfound time and energy volunteering for their competitor and make sure they have the best chance of winning.
So you guys hear that? And I was getting into I don't want to say a political debate in Discord server of my buddy Jeff Hagee, the Jeff Hagee Show. I was talking with somebody over there about it. And this guy, I mean, I have no offense, I have nothing against this guy who's in Jeff's Discord, like, and I mentioned this earlier, and I was like, look, everybody here who enjoys using the internet, enjoys watching their favorite programs on the internet, their favorite shows, especially the Jeff Hagee Show, which broadcasts right here on twitch.tv/Jeff Hagee Show. And I told him, you guys need to watch the video I share. You guys need to read up what I'm putting in here. It is important. It affects everybody in here. And I know this guy, he's one of those he's not really old school, but he's one of those that's like, man, I can't stand TikTok, fuck TikTok, da-da-da-da. And I was like, dude, watch the video. Whether you don't stand TikTok or like it or whatever, if this bill passes, everybody's fucked. And he was like, dude, honestly, we haven't even had privacy since 9/11. Like, okay, we haven't had privacy ever since when, Nobody's ever had privacy. The government's always tried to butt in on a lot of different things. But what I'm trying to get people to understand is this is something that came across my radar this morning. I had my uncle, he shared it with me. And it's like, no matter what you tell people, they're going to have some kind of argument to come back. Like, this guy is like, I don't think this means anything. I doubt Biden will even sign it. Like, dude, we're in the same Discord and we discuss shit politically all the time. And it's like, you say that you doubt Biden will even sign this bill. Like, come on. Like, Biden's been in office for almost 3 years. And this motherfucker has tried to sign a whole bunch of shit that's affected this country negatively. Like, this guy's blown up oil pipelines. This guy he's furthered the pandemic than what it should have been. This is an act that, they'll put out there and Biden will be like, oh yeah, go ahead, I'll sign it. This is the same guy that wants to put a ban on assault rifles because of the most recent school shooting, and I'll cover that today as well. But when talking to somebody about this, and it's like, I try to get an important point across to somebody, and there's always like, I don't care. I'm like, well, you will care when it affects you, and then you're going to be like, man, fuck this shit, god damn it, that motherfucker, he was right, that motherfucker Arrow was right about all this, I should have listened. I'm like, yeah, people will start listening to stuff I research. Yeah, I mean, no offense, bud, I don't know if you're listening and all, but hey, pay attention to what I post. Like, I keep up to date. I research a lot of this shit, and if it's something important and everybody's got to know about it, you might as well just take part of it. Take part in it. So, what does this really mean for everybody? What does this really mean, this restrict bill? And I had to go into it and look it up. Like, what is the restrict bill? Okay, so the Restrict Act establishes a risk-based process tailored to the rapidly changing technology and threat environment by directing the Department of Commerce to identify and mitigate foreign threats to information and communication technology products and services. Beings, recently, somebody was on a panel and they were questioned. I think it was the president or CEO of TikTok. TikTok is based out of China, as everybody knows. You know, it's a Chinese app. It's ran by the Chinese. Recently, we just had a bunch of Chinese balloons fly in our airspace and we're taken down. These motherfuckers are spying on us. They're gathering intelligence right under our noses. And a lot of us, you know, we see it. We see this shit happening. And the government is just trying to either play it off or they put it out there as a scapegoat, as a distraction as to what's really going on. Like, what's really going on? Hunter Biden's laptop, the files within that are finally coming out. The Biden family that's accepting Chinese money. They're accepting money from China, payouts from China. The Biden family is dirty within that. What's going on right now over there in Asia? China has formed an agreement or a peace treaty with Russia. So what's going to happen there? China and Russia are going to go heavily into war with Ukraine. And then, of course, the United States is going to be next because we get some of our product from the Ukraine. And who's supplying the Ukraine with money? Our so-called president. That piece of shit Biden in office. Rather than helping the people out here, rather than dealing with personal problems here, he decides to send all of our fucking money over to the Ukraine for a war that we're not fighting. Bankrupting America at the same time. Meanwhile, we got train derailments happening all over the country. You got areas in Ohio that are being contaminated with chemicals for up to 20 fucking years. Areas around there that are, it's possibly worse than fucking Chernobyl. Chernobyl's based out of Ukraine. What are the fucking odds of that? So all this shit that's going on, and right now, what is the one form or the one way that everybody can communicate with each other and gather all this information from each other just to stay on top of things? We use the internet, right? Online sources. We use television, etc., etc. Now, a lot of people will sit there and say, yeah, well, you can't believe everything you see on the internet. You can't believe everything that you see on TV. Yeah, we take it with a grain of salt. We do. That's the one way that we can acquire our information. That's how we keep in contact with each other. That's like right now, that's how I'm keeping in contact with you guys who are listening to the show or anybody who follows us on Discord. Our ways of keeping in contact with y'all. But, you know, something like this so-called Restrict Act, if it goes into effect, if it gets signed, guess what? Say goodbye to all that shit. The government will have complete control over where you go and what you do. Just like that woman in the video said. If you're a video gamer, if you're a gamer like I am, say goodbye to that shit. You won't be able to do that anymore. You enjoy watching Netflix? How about Hulu? How about the newest shit on Disney Plus? How about Peacock? Any of those streaming services? Your internet providers. They're all going to be controlled by the government. They're going to limit you. They're going to throttle you. They're probably even going to just stop you from doing it altogether. How about getting online and communicating with your best friends and your family through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any other means of communication? Now, I know this one guy I was sort of arguing with in Discord, and he told me, honestly, the world would be better without social media. Would it though? Would it though? Somebody who is against social media because they've had negative experiences with Twitter or Facebook, maybe he got banned from there, maybe he doesn't like it. That's his opinion. If he doesn't like using social media, that's his opinion. But when it comes to social media, it's an outlet that everybody uses to keep in contact with people, but it's also become a battleground for people. It's become a battleground for racism. It's become a battleground for socialism, communism, all kind of shit. Even acquiring data illegally, personal data illegally. But honestly, would the world be better without social media though? Like, it's become a hobby for everybody. I mean, every single day, everybody does it. I do it too. You get on Facebook and you scroll through. Now, with me, do I keep tab with what my friends do? Once in a while. But other than that, I'm going through and I'm, looking at news articles. I'm looking at, meme pictures, all kind of different stuff. I keep tabs on a lot of shit, I just scroll through because I'm used to it. It's, I don't want to say it's entertaining enough, but it's like if you're bored, give you something to do, that kind of thing. Now, there's other things that I can do that I'm able to do, aside from sitting in front of a computer or sitting in front of a video game or sitting with a phone in my hand. I can go outside, I could walk around, I could do things. I'm a musician. I play guitar. I actually haven't touched my guitar in months. I've been meaning to. There's a lot of things that people do on a daily basis, or stuff that people can take up, like spend time with family and all. But when you talk to somebody like this, and I even mentioned it to him because he's somebody who's a big fan of Trailer Park Boys. Honestly, I don't care for it personally myself. That's not my type of comedy that I watch. And I was like, well, let's put it to you another way. Anybody here who watches Trailer Park Boys online better find it on DVD or Blu-ray or download it offline because you won't be able to watch them online anywhere. And he was like, I got literally every Trailer Park Boys on DVD. And I was like, well, then you're set then. Then you're set. Maybe other people can't afford that shit. Maybe people don't buy DVDs anymore. Maybe people don't buy Blu-rays anymore. Shit, I haven't. I don't buy DVDs or Blu-rays anymore. I think the last digital thing that I purchased was the movie Elvis, just so my fiance and I could watch it. But I've watched it another way, through another means anyway. I watch it free somewhere else on my phone, so I haven't really been buying anything digital. I haven't been buying anything physical like that because I find other ways of doing it or streaming it, But this whole Restrict Act and the whole thing that is the distraction right now, that is the wool that's being pulled over the sheep's eyes, is TikTok. Honestly, what is so bad about TikTok? My thing is TikTok, they're known for restricting and limiting freedom of speech and expression. They're against the First Amendment. I've been a victim of it, and I've seen other people be a victim of it where they would post video content to there only to get banned. And then the biggest excuse of it is it's bullying, it's online harassment, when a lot of the content that's been flagged on that platform has nothing to do with harassment or online bullying or anything of that nature. So anybody who's running TikTok, anybody who's running those services, the system, whatever, is basically banning people, is basically false flagging people for no reason. That's why I'm against TikTok. I don't use TikTok. If I want to watch videos, the same videos that are shown on TikTok, I watch them on Instagram or I watch them on YouTube, because those users upload that content to multiple platforms. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. You can find the same exact videos on other platforms. I don't need TikTok to do it. Do I wish that TikTok was never a thing? It's a fad. It's a video platform where people go on there. They make money. It's like YouTube. It's the modern day YouTube for people who make short videos. You can't go on there and post a 20, 30-minute video talking about something. It's an expressive site that everybody has partaked in, and uses on a daily basis. So when I see somebody who's like, I don't give a fuck about TikTok, fuck TikTok, I'm like, well, for your opinion, you may hate TikTok, you may not use it, that's fine and dandy, but if they ban TikTok, that means anything that you do online, you're not going to be able to do it anymore. You're going to be limited to it, or it's going to be cut off. You're going to be in fucking Amish country. But when you sit there and you're ignorant toward the fact of it, and you're like, it is what it is, whatever. I'm like, well, when it comes down to it, when you sit there and you're trying to do something online and you have no access to it, you can't do it, or you go to a website and they're like, oh, before you can access yahoo.com, like the woman said, you need to provide your driver's license information. You need to hold it up to a camera or take a picture of it just to verify who you are. That's illegal already. That's already illegal. Where did I cover that part at? Oh, let's see. The video that I posted about a month ago when I was using that website, instantgaming.com. where I was trying to purchase a 3-month subscription to Xbox Game Pass for a cheap price. And they wanted me to provide a photograph of my driver's license just to complete the purchase, and I told them to go fuck themselves. What they do? They still charge me for it, and I never got the product. Serves me right for trying to use that fucking shit. So, that's the first area where I see that shit happening right there. So imagine everybody in the country, if this bill passes and you go to use a platform like YouTube and a little pop-up comes up on your screen and says, please verify your identity before you use this platform. Please identify that you are you and you're using this platform for means other than doing this and doing that. It's going to happen. It's coming. Now, let me see. I'm going to pull this up. This is from Congress.com. Oh, God. Am I going to have to read this whole fucking bill here? Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm going to copy this into our Discord, guys. Like I said, if you are not following us on Discord, click that link down below and follow us on Discord. This will be posted in our podcast leftover section, the Tuned In Live Scraps. It is a text version of the 118th Congress first session S.686. This talks about the Restrict Act. And this is a big bill here. To authorize the Secretary of Commerce to review and prohibit certain transactions between persons in the United States and foreign adversaries and for other purposes. There is a lot to cover here. I am not going to read this whole thing. Maybe I'll skim it. Owns information. It's talking about communications technology. All communications technology and stuff. That's what it's all covering, basically. But there's much, much more to it. And I'm pretty sure if you guys look into this, if you search well into the... Oh, here we go. Section 5, considerations of this bill. Now, even though you guys are listening, even though they say this bill is meant to restrict TikTok, listen to this shit. This is in this bill. This is on the website, congress.gov. This is a copy of the Senate bill, the copy of the bill that I'm talking about. Section 5 of the bill, considerations. priority information and communications technology areas. In carrying out sections 3 and 4, the Secretary shall prioritize evaluation of 1. Information and communications technology products or services used by a party to a covered transaction in the sector designated as a critical infrastructure in Policy Directive 21. Then here's number 2. Software, hardware, or any other product or service integral to telecommunication products and services, including wireless local area networks. So if you rely on Wi-Fi anywhere, goodbye. Mobile networks, whether you're with T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T, Metro, your 4G, your 5G networks, you're going to be limited. Say goodbye to that. Satellite payloads. Anybody out there still watch satellite TV, direct TV? Yeah, goodbye. Satellite operations and controls. Cable access points. There goes your cable TV. Wireline access points, hardwire, if you're hardwire internet, core networking systems, long, short, and backhaul networks, or edge computer platforms. Any software, hardware, or any other product or service integral to data hosting or computing services that use, processes, or retains, or is expected to use, process, or retain sensitive personal data with respect to greater than 1 million persons in the United States at any point during the year period preceding the date to which or on which the covered transaction is referred to the Secretary for review, or the Secretary initiates review of covered transaction, including internet hosting services, which is your internet service providers, cloud-based or distributed computing and large data storages, machine learning, predictive analytics, and data science products and services, including those involving the provision of services to assist a party utilize, manage, or maintain open source software, manage services, and content delivery services. And it also goes on about internet and network enabled sensors, webcams, endpoint surveillance and modern devices, modems, and home networking devices. Just like the woman said, if you got webcams, like if a lot of people in the country use that Ring camera, I have a Ring camera, so the government will be able to have access to your Ring devices, so they can access your personal home camera devices to see what's going on. So they can, if you're talking about Biden out front, if you're on camera talking to some friends or family and saying Biden's a piece of dog shit, he needs to go, they can use that against you, basically. They can take that, use it against you, and do something Clinton-wise. Here's a goodie that's part of this. Unmanned vehicles, including drones and other aerial systems, autonomous and semi-autonomous vehicles, and other products and services integral. Oh, Jesus. Y'all own any of those electric cars? Anybody own a Tesla? Well, guess what? They're going to control that too. Isn't that a wonder? Oh, boy. There's another reason not to own one of those pieces of shit. There's another fucking reason not to own that. But everybody's like, Teslas are so great. Electric cars, they drive by themselves. You don't really need a key. You don't need gasoline. All you need to do is plug it up to your house. Fuck you! Fuck you! Look at the computer system in that piece of shit. With this bill, they now have control of where you go. If you're driving to work, they could stop you at any time. They could do anything to you at any time. Imagine that. Just like in the fucking movies, right? Here we go. Software designed or used primarily for connecting with and communicating via the internet that is in greater use by than greater than 1 million persons. This was the other thing I was talking about. Listen to this. Desktop applications. If you use a PC, a laptop, and you access any kind of application on your computer, maybe you are, maybe you're into photography and you use Photoshop. Maybe you're a content creator and you use some kind of video editing software. Maybe you're somebody like me who uses, Streamlabs to broadcast this content out to you. Maybe you're somebody who uses Discord on PC and you can communicate with your buddies through Discord, which was one of my arguments earlier in the Discord, but the guy didn't want to hear it. But let's move on. Mobile applications. If you are a heavy cell phone user or if you use tablets all the time, yeah, those applications you use, they ain't gonna be much use after that. Gaming applications. That's another thing. If you're a gamer, if you game on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC, whatever, say goodbye to that. Payment applications. This is a big one right here. Payment applications. Because right now, there are ways, like, what was the biggest fucking bank that went bankrupt or shut down recently in the past month? SVB or whatever it is out in California. Soon other banks are soon to fall, and then what's going to happen after that? They're getting prepared. They're preparing themselves to where any bank in America could just shut down and freeze your money. Nobody's going to be allowed to spend or withdraw any fucking money or deposit any money at all. It's coming, people. This is going to be part of it right here. This is part of it. I'm not fucking shitting you. Web-based applications or information and communications technology products and services integral to artificial intelligence and machine learning. And they're working on artificial intelligence right now. You know, those android robots that they're building in other countries and shit, to make them look like, like they're like humans and shit, and they can communicate with us and act like us. Oh, imagine the government getting involved with that and making them smarter than us. They're going to wipe out we're going to wipe each other out. We're going to wipe out the entire human existence. This is what the Democrats want. This is what these motherfuckers want. Quantum key distribution, quantum communications, quantum computing, post-quantum cryptology, or cryptography, blah. Autonomous systems, advanced robotics, biotechnology, synthetic biology, computational biology, and e-commerce technology and services, including any electronic techniques for accomplishing business transactions, online retail, internet-enabled logistics, internet-enabled payment technology, and online marketplaces. This is all in this bill. If you take 10-15 minutes to read through this bill, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about, exactly what this bill is. This is why I hate to say it, people. You may hate TikTok. This is why the ban of TikTok is important. Just like I posted, the ban on TikTok could mean your life. Do you wish they would ban TikTok? You may wish they would, but you don't want to wish that now. Because if you sit there and you say, hey, I'm all for the Restrict Act. Fuck TikTok. It's ruining people's brains. It's corrupting our kids. Well, guess what, people? The same content on TikTok can be found any fucking where else. Like I said, I don't use the platform, but any video content that is seen on TikTok can be seen on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, anywhere else. I can get my content any fucking where else. I personally choose not to use TikTok. I'm against it because they silence you. They restrict your freedom of speech on there. But right now, I say don't ban the goddamn platform because it means a lot to us. It means a lot more than you all know. Y'all can sit there and say, yeah, they can ban TikTok. I don't give a fuck. But if you haven't listened to me within the past, the last 35 fucking minutes of this show, if you have yet to listen to a single word I said, if they ban TikTok, if this Restrict Act gets passed, everything that you do that requires an internet connection, wirelessly, wired, whatever, you're going to be restricted to it. You're going to be banned from it. The government's going to have control over every fucking thing you do. So you might as well get yourself an old-fashioned candlelit lantern, grab yourself some books from the library or your local book nook, start reading, start going outside, tending to the yard, spending time with the family. I mean, I know a lot of people will, but for anybody who's tech savvy, especially today's generation, you know what that's going to do to today's generation of teenagers and kids? Oh, Jesus. You know what that's going to do to today's generation? It's going to kill them. It's going to kill them. Even though I could sit there and say, kids, go outside and play. Kids, find a book to read. Find a board game to play. Yeah, it's easy. Yeah. I mean, that's what I grew up with. But today's technology communications is a lot more important to us than what people ignorant toward it know. If you could say, oh, if it'll ban TikTok, why not? I don't care. I don't use the internet that much. I'm sure you don't. But when it comes to, let's say you're banking, watching, I don't know, videos online, movies, TV shows, stuff like that. Anything that you do, which, like I said, includes your banking. And I'm pretty sure anybody here in the working world nowadays who receives a paycheck receives it digitally to their account. When's the last time anybody's written a check? I still got a book of checks. Somewhere. When's the last time that I fucking write a check? It's been a long time. It's been so long. Fuck, I forgot how to even write a check, That's how long it's been. But that is what is going to happen. And not only that, here comes the biggest turd in the fucking punch bowl. And this is going to hit some of you hard if you use VPNs. Now, VPNs, they're virtual private networks. If you don't trust that nobody, if you believe that somebody's going to trace you online, trace your IP address, and you don't want your IP address out there, you don't want your personal information out there, you want to protect everything on your network, everything that you do on the internet. People use VPNs. You pay for them, yeah, their own virtual private networks, but nobody can trace them. Guess what? That's going to come to an end too if this Restrict Act is passed. This website is going under our Tuned In Live scraps. Once again, if you are not following us on Discord, click that link. You can follow these websites that I'm putting in here. You can follow these pages. It's right in there. VPN users risk a 20-year jail sentence in the new U.S. or in the U.S. under the new Restrict law. Oh, the TikTok ban bill targets more than just social media. The state would be able to police all communication platforms. VPNs would be included, with violators facing up to 20 years in prison and up to $1 million in fines. A bill dubbed the Restrict Act that was submitted to Congress could have severe consequences for virtual private network users in the United States. U.S. lawmakers are widening their sights when it comes to cracking down on finance and technology. The bipartisan restricting the emergence of security threats that risk information and communications technology. Boy, that's a big one. Maybe that's why it's called Restrict. Yeah, resisting the emergence of security threats and that risk information and communications technology Act, or Restrict Act, was unveiled in early March. I see what they're trying to do, what they're trying to put out there to make Americans feel safe again. To be like, the Chinese and Russians are spying on you. Are you having random phone calls pop up on your phone? Are you having these random messages pop up on you, even in social media? Maybe you're playing a game on Xbox or PlayStation and you receive these random things coming in. Oh, that's the Chinese. That's the Russians. They're spying on you. They're trying to get your information. That's why we got to put out this Restrict Act. We got to put a ban on TikTok. TikTok. So TikTok's the only thing you want to ban, right? It was initially dubbed the TikTok ban bill, but here's the thing, okay? I know when Trump was president, he wanted to ban TikTok. He wanted to put a ban on TikTok specifically because he knows the Chinese are spying in on us. He knows the Chinese are using that app for it. But with who's in office now, with the group of idiots that are running the shit now, they're pushing it much further. So they figure, they could be gathering your data through your Xbox. They could be gathering your data through your banking website. Maybe you use Bank of America, the Bank of America app. Maybe they're spying on you. If we put this bill out there, it'll change everything. But the main thing is we got to get rid of TikTok. What is so popular about TikTok? Well, let's see. There's a lot of people on there that are expressing their feelings and opinions and putting truth out there on a platform, exposing what the government is doing to a lot of people, exposing a lot of bullshit going on out there in the country as well as the world. So you want to silence people on TikTok. Guess what? The same shit is on Instagram. The same shit is on YouTube. You think banning TikTok is going to do away with it? That's why with this bill, they will do it everywhere. They will have the power to police everywhere. You post this shit somewhere on YouTube or elsewhere, guess what? They found a way to get rid of it. They found a way to silence you permanently. That's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. Initially dubbed the TikTok ban bill, but has wider ramifications. Furthermore, VPN users could face the hefty fines or jail sentences under the bill. People often legitimately use VPN services to add an extra layer of security for web communications. Furthermore, they allow users to mask or change their internet address. This is often required to access content that may otherwise be blocked or censored. The bill, if passed, would attempt to identify information and communications technology products and services holdings that pose under or unacceptable risks. This includes VPNs if they are used to access banned websites, such as TikTok. The bill specifically directs the Secretary of Commerce to identify, deter, disrupt, prevent, prohibit, investigate, or otherwise mitigate national security risks associated with technologies linked to countries adversarial to the U.S. How many fucking years has national security been an issue? How many decades has our national security been at risk? And all of a sudden, they find some way, because technology is so big. It is so massive. And it's got to the point right now where they figured out how they can take something and just add a little bit of policing to it. This is what they do. They put an act out there where they're like, here's how we're going to restrict your freedom of speech. You want to express yourself? No, you can't. You got a Ring camera in your house that is watching you, and it's picking up your audio and video. Yeah, well, guess what? You say something hateful about the president. You say something hateful about your neighbors. Guess what? 5 years in prison. I see that coming. The bill also has a long list of communications technologies that it tends to scrutinize. These include web hosting, cloud services, content delivery services, drones, payment applications, gaming applications, artificial intelligence, and e-commerce. The same shit that I was just reading to you all moments ago. There was a tweet posted out by Mrs. Caucus on Twitter. The Restrict Act is not limited to just TikTok. It gives the government authority over all forms of communication, domestic or abroad, and grants power to enforce any mitigation measure to address any risk to national security now and any potential future transaction. The scary part is the potential punishment for violators. This includes fines up to $1 million or 20 years in jail or both. Moving forward with the ban on TikTok, according to reports of March 27th, this is 2 days ago, lawmakers are moving forward with the bill. This follows the grilling of TikTok CEO Xiaozi Chu last week. That's a hell of a name, Xiaozi Chu. The Chinese social media platform has an estimated 150 million users in the United States. House Representative Speaker Kevin McCarthy said that the House will be moving forward the bill. This motherfucker, he looks like a fucking Republican piece of shit. He went on Twitter to saying this: "It's very concerning that the CEO of TikTok can't be honest and admit what we already know to be true. China has access to TikTok user data. The House will be moving forward with legislation to protect Americans from the technicals of the Chinese Communist Party." But that's not what you're getting at, you piece of fucking dog shit. Kevin McCarthy, a true piece of un-American dog shit. You want to sit there and say that the whole issue behind TikTok is China has our user data. They can use it against us. They've been doing that for fucking years. They've been doing that for fucking decades. But what you motherfuckers want to do is silence us online. Take away our freedoms online. And all because you fear of what China's going to do. Well, guess what? If, let's say they do this next week, and in the following month, China decides they're going to come and attack us, how are we supposed to know that? We have no access to the internet. We have no access to cable outlets. We have no access to anywhere. We won't fucking know when the Chinese are coming. Do we rely on the government to say anything? Fuck no. Do we rely that they're going to send something out in the mail and say, oh yeah, the Chinese are coming, get ready for war? Fucking pathetic. If this bill is passed, the new legislation will grant the U.S. government sweeping powers to crack down on any technologies and services it sees as a threat. Remarkably, that includes VPN technology. Those opposing the bill say it will give the state the power to police the entire internet and any platforms on it. Furthermore, some refer to it as the Chinification of America. The legislation is frighteningly similar to that in China, which have some of the world's harshest internet censorships. That's what's going to happen. Those people in China, they don't have the fucking freedoms that we do over here. They don't. Shit, over in China, you can't play a game like fucking Fortnite, if you're a gamer. There's certain things in China you can't watch on Netflix, if they even have Netflix or any of those video streaming platforms. Over in China, you're restricted from certain websites. If this bill is passed, that's what's going to happen to this country. We're going to have the same limitations as China. And what was it all for? To secure us from the Chinese, to make sure that they don't spy on us and take our information anymore. No, it just grants you worthless fucking motherfuckers in the goddamn House and Senate. It grants you pieces of dog shit the power to fuck us in the ass and make us humble. You want to know every single fucking thing that we do and say in our households. That's what the fuck you want to do. It's not about eliminating China out of our privacy. It's not about that at all. It's about policing what we fucking do with our online lives. Everybody has one. Whether you want to be ignorant to it or not. Whether you're somebody who wants to sit there and say, oh, I could do without the internet. I could do without social media. I could do without... Go ahead, I don't give a fuck. Your opinion. But let me tell you something. When that fucking day comes, you're going to look. You're going to look for me. And you're going to say, you were right, Arrow. You were right. I didn't listen, and you were right. I can't believe how much bigger this thing has gotten. Yeah, I don't like TikTok. Yeah, I hate Facebook. I can't stand Facebook. That's my personal opinion. But you were right. For them to ban one or two platforms to keep us quote-unquote protected, has much greater value to it than we already know. God. This is something that really works you up. We'll be back, guys. Enjoy the break.
Plenty of film, because when the film runs out, so does the fun. Hey, Hattie told Maddie about some pizza she saw. 2 big pizzas that'll fill your jaw. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza. Yeah. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza.
Now at Little Caesars, 2 medium pizzas for $5.99.
Pizza, pizza. This holiday season,
Yeah.
we got the perfect gift. So follow the signs that point in one direction to get Batman Returns, affordably low priced wherever video is sold.
Daddy, wake up, it's your favorite.
Sara Lee cinnamon rolls and pecan coffee cake. If you haven't tried Sara Lee lately, maybe it's time you woke up.
Nobody does it like Sara Lee.
This holiday season, JCPenney cares more about the way you look.
Have
happy,
satisfied,
relaxed.
So we're giving you more service.
We're stocking up and staffing up.
We're offering you somewhere else to turn for gifts you don't find in the store.
And no hassle returns at all 1,300 stores.
With all we're doing to keep you smiling
and saving,
you'll see why the best place to spend this holiday season is
JCPenney. Tis the season to be jolly.
Tis also the season for a KFC holiday meal. A bucket of delicious chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, coleslaw, hot biscuits. Enough to feed four, just $9.99. And when you buy a holiday meal, get a coupon book worth up to $75 on select Mattel toys at Toys R Us and other fine stores. The $9.99 holiday meal from KFC. And from Lake Edna, happy holidays!
Twice the power. That makes a big difference.
Professional plumbers on Professional Strength Liquid Plumber.
All the other liquid drain openers dilute. This stuff doesn't. It's more powerful. So twice as much power attacks the hair clog, and bam. Goodbye, clog.
Get twice the power to the clog.
I like the way Denorex tingles. It feels fresh and clean. I didn't get that tingly feeling with Head & Shoulders. So for my dandruff, I started using Denorex. The flakes vanished, the itching stopped.
Denorex with conditioners, the serious dandruff shampoo.
I've switched to Denorex.
Now wait a minute. Polaroid introduces new party film.
You know you make me wanna shoot. Grab Polaroid and shoot. Throw your hands up. Shoot. Let's share a smile now. Shoot. We're all together now. Come on and jumping now. Shoot. Grab Polaroid and shoot.
Nothing picks up a party like new Polaroid party film with colorful new borders. So grab some new party film and
grab Polaroid and shoot. Grab Polaroid and shoot. You know you make me wanna shoot.
Christmas traditions, trimming the tree, exchanging gifts, eating banana peels, and watching classic Christmas episodes all night on Nick at Night. Christmas night starting at 8, 7 Central.
Now there's a chicken vegetable soup that will inspire you to cozy up in front of a crackling fire and indulge. It's Campbell's Best. Introducing Campbell's Home Cooking Chicken Vegetable Soup. Our plumpest cuts of chicken, hearty amounts of pasta, and our finest vegetables. Simmering in a stock that begs to be savored. New Campbell's Home Cooking Chicken Vegetable. It doesn't get any better than Campbell's Best.
Now wait a minute.
Polaroid introduces new party film.
You know you make me wanna shoot. Grab Polaroid and shoot. Throw your hands up. Shoot. Let's share a smile now. Shoot. We're all together now. Shoot. Come on and jumping now. Shoot. Grab Polaroid and shoot.
nothing picks up a party like new Polaroid party film with colorful new borders. So grab some new party film and
grab Polaroid and shoot. Grab Polaroid and shoot. You know you make me wanna shoot.
Welcome back to the show, guys. You're watching Tune In Live right now on twitch.tv/arrow with a name. Sure to hit that follow button below. If you're watching us on YouTube, our channel Arrow Entertainment, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. If you guys want to join us on Discord for follow-ups on today's episode of Tune In Live, hit that link down below. Join us on Discord today if you're on there. Whew, I just gotta catch my breath here for a second. I just spent almost the last half hour telling you guys about the Restrict Act. The Restrict Act. Boy, that just brings my piss to a boil, don't it? It really does. Hopefully this fucking act doesn't pass through. Hopefully it doesn't. Because like I said, Tune In Live may be fucking retired soon. Maybe retired soon. Okay. So moving on to this piece of shit. This piece of goddamn cow shit Joe Biden. Listen to this motherfucker. I mean, this is some of the most sickening shit I've ever heard coming from him.
My name is Joe Biden. I'm Dr. Joe Biden's husband. And I ate Jenny's ice cream, chocolate chip. I came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream. By the way, I have a whole refrigerator full upstairs. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. God. Ben, how are you, pal? One of the best guys in the United States Congress, Ben Cardin. Folks, welcome to the White House.
That is the sound of a piece of fucking un-American, unadulterated, scrutinated piece of fucking fecal matter. Making jokes about Christians being targeted in that Nashville school shooting that took place earlier this week. Anytime a shooting happens in a school, it's a sickening thing. It's a sickening feeling. School shooting. I didn't read up all the fucking details on it, but I want to. This is a nightmare. 6 killed in a calculated mass shooting in a Nashville school. No one who was shot at the Covenant School survived. An armed shooter with 2 assault-style rifles and a handgun killed 3 students and 3 staff members at a Christian school in Nashville, Tennessee, Monday morning. Christian school. You know, a lot of ignorant motherfuckers out there will fucking sit there and say that in Christianity more people died than any other thing. That religion kills people. Really? This happened at a Christian school. Monday. The suspect, identified as Audrey Hale, 28 years old, of Nashville, had a detained map of Covenant School, a school for students in preschool through 6th grade, and allegedly shot through the door to gain entry to the school. The children were identified by police officers, identified by the police as Evelyn Dykhouse, whatever, I can't pronounce the last name, Haley Scruggs, and William Kinney, all 9 years old. My daughter turns 13 tomorrow. My stepdaughter turns 8 years old in July. Both very beautiful young girls. Especially my stepdaughter, 7 years old right now. Cutest little thing. Can you imagine somebody innocent at the age of 9 being gunned down? There's 3 of them. 3 innocent children. The slain adults were identified as Cynthia Peak, 61, Mike Hill, 61, and Catherine Kuntz, 60, who was the head of the school, according to police. Peak was a substitute teacher, and Hill was a custodian, according to investigators. The suspect was shot and killed by authorities in a lobby area on the second floor of the school roughly 14 minutes after 911 call was placed. Good. May that piece of shit rot in hell where it belongs. But here's where it gets better. Nashville Police Chief John Drake said that the suspect was female and identified as transgender, but didn't immediately provide more details. Transgender. How many times have I voiced my feelings and opinions about stupid motherfuckers that follow that fucking trans identity bullshit? Stupid motherfuckers who are born as a female who want to dress up as a male, and a male who want to dress up as a fucking female. What a goddamn shock that the fucking school shooter was a fucking transgender. Police spokesperson later told ABC News that the shooter was assigned female at birth. Assigned female at birth! You were born a fucking female! You were born with a fucking vagina, a pussy, a cooch, a snatch. You were a fucking female. But pointed to the social media account linked to the shooter that included the use of pronouns. Fucking pronouns. Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking pronouns. The fucking mentality of this bullshit. Fucking pronouns. Let me see if this fucking cunt has a goddamn Facebook. Audrey Hale. No, but there's pictures of this stupid fucking cunt. There's pictures of this stupid fucking cunt. The trans shooter, Audrey Hale, the feds are in the middle of trying to scrub all of her social media pictures from the internet. This person was a trans terrorist, using that as a reason to kill innocent Christian children, as the sign makes clear. I'm going to post these in Discord. I'm going to also post them on our Instagram page. Link to our Instagram is down below. I advise you guys to follow it, because I'm going to show you what a terrorist looks like in the trans community. There's a picture of this stupid twat holding a fucking sign that says trans rights or else. This seems like a goddamn threat to me. It looks like a black poster board, and it has outlines of different weapons on it. And it says trans rights or else. I take that as a threat, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They got a fucking picture of her holding the assault rifle on camera. That's going to go up too. This person, Audrey Hale's parents couldn't accept that she was gay and trans. Wow. There's even a video, a surveillance video of what happened. Of this bitch walking in. And she had fucking body armor. Where the hell did she get body armor? She had a body armor and what looked like a fucking M16. This camera footage I'm watching, she's going door to door, walking down halls and shit. Hale was a woman, an evil one at that. She was not the victim here. She was most definitely not a male. That shouldn't be radical. or upset in the say, and to those who disagree are the problem. I agree with this woman in her post, Cheryl Chumley. Bless you. Let's continue with the article real quick. Nashville Police Chief John Drake said the suspect was female and identified as transgender, but did not. Okay. Police spokesperson later told did I read that already? Yeah, I read that already. Drake also said authorities believe the suspect was a former student. No one who was shot survived, officials said. Drake said he was literally moved to tears to see the young students as they were ushered out of the building. The suspect was armed with at least 2 assault-type rifles and a handgun. At least 2 of the weapons were purchased legally. Metropolitan Nashville Police Department on Monday night released images of the 3 weapons, as well as footage of the suspect driving and parking at the building, allegedly shooting through the door and walking around inside the facility holding a gun. Suspect had a map of how all this was going to take place and writings, according to Drake. It appears the shooting was a targeted attack. Authorities said the suspect entered the school through a side entrance and went from the first floor to the second floor, firing multiple shots. It appears all the doors were locked and the suspect allegedly shot through the door. The shooting was reported at 10:13 a.m. The suspect was dead by 10:27 a.m. The officers who fatally shot the suspect were later identified by police as Rex Engelbert, a 4-year veteran of the force, and Michael Palazzo, a 9-year veteran of the MNPD. A car found near the school helped authorities identify the suspect, and the authorities responded to the suspect's home. Police also later announced that they seized a sawed-off shotgun, a second shotgun, and other evidence from the home. In the statement Monday night, the Covenant School said its community is heartbroken. We are grieving tremendous loss and are in shock coming out of the terror that shattered our church and school. We are focused on loving our students, our families, our faculty, and staff, and beginning the process of healing. Throughout the day and afternoon, students were reunited with concerned parents. Families of the staff said that they were shocked with the violence that had transpired. Alex Apple told ABC News Live that his mother works at the school's front desk, and she was at her car when she got the alert saying the shelter in place. She got out of their car, heard gunshots, so she fled. The school has about 209 students and about 40 to 50 staff members. Police said the school does not have a school resource officer. And then it goes on to saying, Joe Biden called the shooting a family's worst nightmare. A family's worst nightmare. This is what your all supposed president said. This whole thing was a fucking nightmare. You know what he actually said? He said this.
My name is Joe Biden. I'm Dr. Joe Biden's husband. And I ate Jenny's ice cream, chocolate chip. I came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream.
Remember that. Remember what he fucking said. He may have said that in his speech. It was a family's worst nightmare. He may have said that fucking crack. But this piece of dog shit came out on fucking stage, the White House, and joked about shit. He made a fucking joke. What is there to joke about? 3 adults and 3 9-year-old children lost their lives. in a Christian school. But, then again, it's a Christian school. It has something to do with religion, right? And the fact that Joe Biden is a fucking pedophile, is that the reason why he fucking snickered? Is that the reason why he laughed? The president. Oh, he ain't no fucking president. Once again, urge Congress to pass an assault weapons ban. It's about time that we begin to make some more progress. Biden ordered flags at half-staff through Friday. Let me tell you something, Joe. Assault weapons are not the fucking issue in this country. Motherfuckers with mental instability is the fucking issue. And I'll get to that in a second. I got some harsher words for it. Viewer discretion advised, people. Joe Biden said Monday, I am truly without words. Our children deserve better. I'm sure they do, since your fucking husband likes to sniff them. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee tweeted that he's closely monitoring the tragic situation. Please join us in praying for the school, congregation, and Nashville community. And there's just other stuff that goes on and on. But here's something else that somebody wrote. Kimberly Garcia, who lost her daughter in the Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde, Texas. When is enough going to be enough? 6 more innocent lives taken. But is not the guns right? Wake up, people. Well, here's the thing. And let's see. Lives robbed, a group of made up of some of the Uvalde victims' families advocating for change in gun laws across the country, also tweeted support. I want to tell you motherfuckers something. The gun is not the fucking issue. The piece of shit operating the gun is the issue. Because let me tell you something. If you had a retired veteran sitting in that school armed with a weapon, that transgender cunt would have never made it past the front fucking door. That's a guarantee. This is a goddamn agenda that is made up by Biden and his liberal fucktards. Another school shooting happens. And not only does Biden joke about it, not only does he try to alleviate the tension in the room as he's getting ready to speak, not only is he joking about having ice cream. Who gives a shit about your ice cream? Shove your ice cream in your fucking ass, Joe. If Trump was there, Trump wouldn't be making no goddamn jokes. I guarantee you he might be out there in tears. And he would be delivering a speech. He wouldn't be putting a ban on assault rifles. He would be doing the right thing and saying, let's do background checks thoroughly on every single person buying this shit. Let's find a way to stop it. You ban firearms? Let me tell you all something. There are ways for people to purchase and smuggle firearms. Always have been. All they are doing is taking the firearms out of the hands of the innocent people that need or require them. And you're putting them in the hands of people like Audrey Hale. A fucking piece of shit that was born a female, that grew up as a female, but wants to identify as a man. My pronouns are he, him. Fuck your pronouns. I've said it before on this goddamn program. I'll say it all the time. Fuck your pronouns. Fuck the pronoun system. Fuck transgender. Fuck transgender. You know what transsexual is? A transsexual is a male or a female that is born with organs of the opposite sex. You could be female born with a dick. You're a transsexual. You grow up and you grow tits, you have a dick, you're a transsexual. How about the word transvestite? Well, it basically means that you dress and drag, that kind of thing. But no, people want to go out and be like, I want to identify as the opposite sex. I don't feel like myself anymore. Let me ask you this, okay? I may call up a place, and I may ask them, hey, I'm a man, but I identify as a woman. If I walk into your establishment, will I be allowed to use the female lavatories? Would I be able to walk into the women's restroom and use the women's restroom? Since I'm a male and I identify as a female? And I guarantee you a lot of these motherfuckers will probably be like, no, of course not. You use the men's restroom. Those people who say that are the smart ones. They're the normal ones. The not so normal ones are the ones that are like, yeah, go ahead, do whatever you want, honey. You know, live the way you want to live, you know? It's America after all. Live your life the way you want to. A fucking transgender. One of those pieces of fucking dog shit was the goddamn shooter. Shot 3 innocent adults. And shot 3 innocent 9-year-old children. This transgendered fuck shot 3 innocent children. And yet, here's the article that talks about that piece of shit Biden. Joe Biden joked with reporters on Tuesday that he probably didn't agree with Republican Senator Josh Hawley about whether Christians were targeted in a shooting at the Covenant School in Nashville, Tennessee. Biden was asked by a reporter if he agreed with Hawley that Christians have been targeted in a shooting that left 3 adults and 3 children dead, and appeared to mock the idea of agreeing with Hawley. The remarks came after Hawley called on the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security to investigate the shooting as a hate crime against Christian children and teachers. Why not? It should be treated as a hate crime. Christianity. Religion. But oh no, when it comes to shooting of black people or shooting of Muslims, shooting of Hispanics, they're considered hate crimes. Shooting of a transgender or homosexual, it's a hate crime. When it comes to innocent Christian children and teachers, nah, in the eyes of this motherfucker, no, they don't count. On the South Lawn of the White House on Tuesday, a reporter asked Biden if he believed that Christians were targeted in the Nashville shooting. I have no idea, Biden responded. And when he was told that Hawley believes that Christians were targeted, the so-called president said, well, I probably don't then. No, I'm joking. I have no idea. Hawley shared a tweet on Tuesday from CNN. Reporter DJ Judd reporting on Biden's joke and wrote, what a disgrace. So DJ Judd tweeted out, asked to respond to GOP Senator Josh Hawley's claims he believes Christians were targeted in Monday's school shooting in Nashville, Tennessee. Biden tells reporters at the White House, well, I probably don't then, before clarifying, no, I'm joking, I have no idea. And Josh Hawley, he tagged that post and he said, what a disgrace. Yes, what a fucking disgrace Joe Biden is, and what a fucking disgrace Communist News Network is. The fucking Communist News Network. There's nothing remotely funny about these crimes, Hawley added in another tweet. Exactly. There's nothing to joke about when it comes to a school shooting like this. There's nothing funny about it. This piece of shit was on camera, laughing about it, joking, and then had the fucking nerve to say this was a family's nightmare. You have no fucking right, Biden, you piece of fucking horse shit. You have no right to sit there and say that this was a family's nightmare. You sat there and you fucking laughed. You fucking joked. This was a fucking hate crime. It should be treated as a fucking hate crime. And yet you sit there and you laugh. Meanwhile, 3 adults and 3 innocent children lost their goddamn lives. And you had the fucking nerve to stand there and fucking laugh and fucking joke. Why the fuck are you even president? Oh, I remember now. The election was fucking rigged. Because retards didn't like the way Trump was handling America. It was a goddamn beauty pageant. We gotta get Trump out. He had mean tweets. He posted mean tweets about people. He's a bully. He's a bully. We gotta get Joe Biden in here. Yeah, almost 3 fucking years later. This motherfucker is joking about kids dying. He's joking about kids dying in a fucking school shooting. This is what you motherfuckers voted for. This is what you all voted for. Read more. Fake Audrey Hale photos spread like wildfire. Oh, they don't look fake to me. In a tweet earlier this morning, Hawley called for the shooting of the Covenant School to be investigated as a hate crime. I am calling the FBI or calling on FBI Director Wray and Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas to open a federal hate crime investigation into the massacre in Nashville, targeting a Christian school. Good. I would say charge the fucking adults too. The parents of that piece of shit. I would say target them and lock them up for raising a piece of fucking shit who wanted to identify as a goddamn man. Attorney General Merrick Garland told a Senate Appropriations Subcommittee hearing on Tuesday that it was too early to say whether Nashville shooting was a hate crime. Bullshit! It happened at a fucking Christian Covenant school. It was a religious school. It's not your typical public school. It was a Christian school. If you don't care about the 3 adults that lost their lives, care about the 3 innocent children that were murdered by a goddamn transvestite. The FBI and ATF are both on the scene working with the local police. As of now, motive hasn't been identified, and the police chief said at his last press conference that they don't have yet a conclusion with respect to motive. We are certainly working full-time with this to determine what the motive is, and of course, motive is what determines whether it's a hate crime or not. On Monday, Biden was criticized for joking about ice cream at the White House event immediately before he addressed the shooting in Nashville. These comments were made at a previously planned appearance for the SBA Women's Business Summit, which Biden was hosting. Biden said the shooting was heartbreaking, a family's worst nightmare. Biden added that we have to do more to stop gun violence. It's ripping our communities apart ripping the soul of this nation, ripping the very soul of this nation, and we have to do more to protect our schools so that they aren't turned into prisons. Yeah, well, when you call for a weapons ban, basically disarming innocent people, you're giving more right to criminals to own a firearm than you are to somebody who respects the firearm and respectfully owns them and respects the law and respects the amendments of the Constitution. This motherfucker, it could have been all orchestrated too. We have to do more to stop gun violence. It's not the fucking gun, you piece of dog shit. It's the piece of horse shit that was firing the weapon. A goddamn transvestite. A 20-year-old transvestite. A 28-year-old non-normal piece of fucking garbage who had access to firearms, who decided to target a Christian school. A sick transgender piece of shit who targeted 3 innocent adults and 3 innocent 9-year-old children. Children don't deserve to die. Nobody deserves to die. A child should never be placed in a situation like that. Should never be in a situation like that. Never. It's a sickening situation. It's very sickening. Every time you hear about a school shooting, what's the biggest thing that comes out of these politicians' mouth? We need more gun control. Let's see, how many school shootings have there been since whenever? We've had so many fucking school shootings since, God, what, the fucking 80s, maybe the 90s? It's something that has been fought against, and they've lost every time. Because facts prove it's not the gun's fault. It's the operator's fault. But you can't tell that to a brain-dead Democrat like Joe Biden. A piece of dirty dog shit who stood on stage, who did not show any emotion for the situation that occurred. Showed no emotion. He wanted to joke about ice cream. He wanted to laugh. Just like, what was it, 2 weeks ago, he laughed and he about some woman whose kids were addicted to fentanyl and they died. And he tried to say, well, that happened during the last presidency before me. That had nothing to do with me. Yeah, well, you're allowing this shit to come into the country. You're allowing this shit in here. Our hearts go out to those that Covenant, the family of the in Nashville. It's fucking sickening. And my uncle, we were talking about it this morning, and he said this ain't the first school shooting or mass shooting to include or have the suspect as a transgender. And I was like, watch those bastards, those fucktards in the LGBT community is going to look at it as a fucking hate crime, or they're going to be like, oh, well, you're hating against transgender people because some of our people were out there and they were part of the mass shooting. That has nothing to do with us. Oh, really? A lot of you motherfuckers in the LGBT community are all for violence. You're all for violence. You pieces of shit don't get your way. You're all for violence. Just like Black Lives Matter. Anything that happens in any major city where a white police officer kills a black career criminal and justice isn't served, what happens within a 48-hour period? Oh, a bunch of mad black people storm the fucking streets, lighting cars on fire, setting buildings on fire, destroying businesses, harming innocent people. Same goddamn thing as what the fucking LGBT community is doing. Now, I have nothing against gay people. Whether you're a gay man or a gay woman. I have nothing against you if you're gay. But this whole mentality of being a transvestite, the whole mental issue, with you, like, how many men out there that are like, I don't want to be masculine. I don't want to lift weights. I don't want to be strong. I don't want to do this. I want to be feminine. I want to be a woman. I don't want to be dependent upon. So you got all these faggy little fucking men who are straight or whatever, and they decide to get a goddamn dress and fucking nails and shit and wigs and walk around. Oh, my pronoun is he, her. I'm a ma'am. Yeah, but on your driver's license, you're a man. I've been meaning to get that. Yeah, go ahead and get that changed. See what happens. See how far you get with that, you piece of shit. You got a dick? Yeah, but yeah, you're a man. You're a fucking man. You're born a male or a female. There are only two fucking genders. Remember that, people. Two fucking genders. This whole gender identity bullshit. I wish the motherfucker who came up with that idea, I wish they were put in front of a goddamn firing squad. And every fucking orifice, every goddamn part of their body, every inch of their body was filled with fucking bullets. That's what I hope and wish for. Because they completely made today's social life more idiotic for people. Like I said, I had somebody who I went to school with, who I worked with. Bitch is now fucking brainwashed. She used to be pretty cute back then. That was like, almost 20 years ago. Now she's an ugly piece of fucking dog shit. And she's like, I have pronouns. Please respect my Fuck your pronouns. Shove your pronouns up your goddamn snatch. Where they belong. A goddamn transgender shoots up a fucking school. But you know what? And it could go one of two ways. And the one way, they better hope it goes. Those fuckers in the LGBT community, they better keep their mouths shut. They better stay in their place. Because any one of them motherfuckers come out and say anything negative about this whole school shooting, there's gonna be fucking riots. It ain't gonna be the community itself. It's gonna be people against them. I guarantee it. Because how many shootings, how many mass shootings have included a transgender as a male shooter? Oh, let's look that up. Let's look that up, people. Let's research that. How many mass shootings where the shooter was transgender? Now, before I look this up, you would think anybody who's transsexual or gay or whatever, somebody who is bullied in high school, bullied in life, and they can't take it anymore. They don't feel like seeing a therapist. They don't feel like dealing with that kind of shit in their own way. They decide, my best course of action is to buy a gun and deal with them myself. Yeah. That's how it is. So let's see. Oh, this came out, holy shit, yesterday. This is on Newsweek, guys. I'm going to put this in our Discord. It's going up in Discord. Like I said, if you guys are watching us live, if you want to read up on anything that I talk about today on today's show, hit us up in Discord. Follow us on Discord. Check out our podcast leftover section under Tune In Live Scraps. You will find links to these articles that I have up here today and I'm sharing today. How many mass shootings have been carried out by transgender people? Let's find out. A tweet listing 4 mass shootings in the past 5 years that were perpetrated by transgender people has gone viral, attracting 5.4 million views as of 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, and the attention of Twitter owner Elon Musk. 4 mass shootings in the past 5 years were all transgender shooters. Benny Johnson, a political columnist and Turning Point USA official, wrote in his viral tweet, "One thing is very clear, the modern trans movement is radicalizing activists into terrorists." No fucking shit, Sherlock! No fucking shit! Couldn't have said it fucking better. Couldn't have said it fucking better. I am going to copy this. I am going to post it over in the Jeff Hagee Show. Perfect fucking quote. One thing is very clear. The modern trans movement is radicalizing activists into terrorists. Musk, who has expressed varying views on transgender issues and is reported to have a transgender child, replied to the tweet with an exclamation mark, itself seen 2.2 million times. Benny Johnson tweeted out, the Colorado Springs shooter identified as non-binary, the Denver shooter identified as trans, the Aberdeen shooter identified as trans, the Nashville shooter identified as trans. One thing is very clear. The modern trans movement is radicalizing activists into terrorists. Like, how true is that? How true is that fucking statement? The tweet follows a school shooting in Nashville on Monday in which Audrey Hale, identified by police as transgender, is suspected to have shot and killed 6 people, including 3 members of the staff and 3 9-year-old children. The trans movement is pushing more and more extremists every day, said Ollie London, a media personality who has become critical of the transgender movement since deciding a detransition. They recruit people, they indoctrinate people, they indoctrinate them and pump them full of propaganda until they become filled with hate and rage. This is why I do not support the transgender movement. I don't support the LGBTQ bullshit. This is why I always say on here, this is why I say I do not support LGBT. I don't. I will be respectful and respect you if you're gay, whether you're a woman or a man. I have nothing against you. I have nothing against your feelings. You know, you want to love another man, you want to love another woman. That's your feelings. That's you. You do you. Respect me for who I am and what I am. and don't push your propaganda down my fucking throat. But this is a perfect fucking quote. They recruit people, indoctrinate them, and pump them full of propaganda until they become filled with rage and hate. While some use the apparent prevalence of shootings by transgender individuals to highlight mental health concerns, others pointed out that there had already been more than 100 mass shooters in 2023 alone. Therefore, the number of mass shootings perpetrated by transgender individuals mounted to a fraction of a total number in the United States in the past 5 years. According to figures from the Gun Violence Archive, there have been 131 mass shootings this year, and there were 647 in 2022. In total, there have been 2,861 mass shootings in the U.S. since 2018. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Come watch me on live talking about it. My boy Viral over there in Discord, he commented, he's like, true, if I want to see some bitches shake their asses, then it's my right, not for the government to tell me what to do and not what to watch. Oh, he commented on something I posted earlier about TikTok. But yeah, I didn't even know there was like that many. 2,800 mass shootings in the last 5 years? That's a lot of mass shootings. I didn't think there was that much. Holy shit. On its website, Everytown Research and Policy cites 306 mass shootings in the U.S. since 2009. 4 shooters out of over 300 mass shooters since 2009 are transgender or non-binary. That's just 1.3% of all shooters. You just proved our point. 99% of mass shooters in the United States are cisgendered. Please do away with these goddamn terminology, these fucking terms. Cisgendered. You want to know what another term for cisgendered is, people? Normal! That's a fucking term for cisgendered. Normal. I'm a normal fucking person. I'm a normal human being. I am a man. I was born with a pecker. I don't dress in drag. I don't wear wigs. I don't wear fake fucking nails. I don't talk in a feminine voice. I was born a fucking man. Why should I have the term cisgender? Why should I identify as a term cisgender? Jesus Christ. According to the Williams Institute Research Center, around 0.6% of Americans over the age of 13 identify as transgender. 3 of these shooters identified as transgendered, with one later identifying as non-binary. An exact number of shooters involved in such incidents and whether there may have been more transgender shooters than those listed remains unclear. Posted or updated as a statement on March 27th. In the statement on Monday, the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department said officers have been called to the Covenant School, a private Christian institute to the southwest of the city, around 10:13 a.m., following reports of shots being fired in the building. Children Evelyn Dickoss, William Kinney, and Haley Scruggs, as I stated earlier, were killed along with Catherine Kuntz, Mike Hill, and Cynthia Peak. For those of you who are just now tuning in, Viral, what's up, man? Dude, you missed a whole lot, but I'm talking about that school shooting, man. That fucking goddamn that fucking there's the Hydro over there. He's like, you always stream when I'm working and stuff. Not K ensued. I'm talking about that school shooter there, Viral. That goddamn transgender piece of fucking shit that shot up 3 adult staff and 3 innocent 9-year-old children. A 28-year-old transgender piece of shit killed 3 9-year-old children. Like, how would that make me feel? Like, I have a daughter who's turning 13 tomorrow, and I got a stepdaughter who's 7, and she'll be 8 in July. It's like the devastation of losing a child in a school shooting like that. It's beyond unimaginable, and it's terrifying. And yet, with what I posted in Jeff's Discord about, some of these shooters being transgendered, like, the trans movement, like I posted, the trans movement is pushing more and more extremism every day. The trans movement, the LGBT community, they're recruiting people and doctrining them and pumping them full of propaganda until they become filled with hate and rage, and then they do shit like this. That's why they're worse or just as bad as the Black Lives Matter movement. But I think the trans movement is much worse. These motherfuckers threatened Ben Shapiro in an interview. One of them threatened Ben Shapiro because of what he was saying. How ridiculous is that shit? Like, these motherfuckers are threatening, like, I called you a faggot. Oh, well, you won't be walking after today. You won't be walking after today. I'll guarantee that. Officers encountered the suspect, later identified as 28-year-old Audrey Elizabeth Hale, on the second floor of the school where they fatally shot her. Hale, who had previously attended the school, had arrived that day with 3 guns, including 2 assault rifles. Chief of Police John Drake told reporters that Hale identified as transgender and said officers were investigating whether Hale's gender identity was related to the crime, but could not comment yet on the exact motive. What a bold statement that is. They were investigating whether her gender identity was related to the crime. Why shouldn't it be? The bitch identified as a goddamn vacuum cleaner, and she comes into a goddamn school and shoots up 3 innocent children and 3 adults. Fuck that bitch. Of course it was a goddamn hate crime. And yes, she's a fucking transgender. And transgender identity, yeah, it's related to the crime. Take a gander at this one. Colorado Springs in Colorado, November 19th and 20th, 2022. Mass shooting began just before midnight at an LBGTQ nightclub, left 5 people dead and 25 injured. Lee Aldrich, 22, was identified as a shooter and since has been charged with more than 300 criminal indictments. He remains in custody while awaiting trial. Aldrich's lawyers have written in court documents that their client identified as non-binary. However, experts and neighbors of the accused have argued that this could be disingenuous. Jared Holt, senior research manager at Online Extremism Watchdog Institute for Strategic Dialogue, told NBC that he was immediately skeptical of the assertion. Neighbors have alleged that Aldrich made hateful remarks about the LGBT community, and the Colorado Sun reported on the police testimony given to the court in February, and officers found a rainbow-colored shooting targets and documents planning the assault in Aldrich's home. But yet, didn't they just say that the client identified as non-binary? Isn't that another word for I'm gay in drag? Non-binary. Who the fuck makes this shit up? Denver, Colorado, May 7th, 2019. 1 student was killed and a further 8 were injured during the shooting at STEM School Highlands Ranch, south of Denver. Devin Erickson, who was 18 at the time, and then 16-year-old Alec McKinney entered the school with several concealed weapons before carrying out the attack. They were later detained by law enforcement, and in July 2020, McKinney was sentenced to life in prison after pleading guilty. Erickson pleaded not guilty, but was convicted in June 2021. McKinney was born female, but asked to be referred to as male as they were transitioning at the time of the shooting. See how this whole fucking gender identity shit really comes to a head? Right here in Maryland, Aberdeen, Maryland, 4 people were shot and killed at a pharmaceuticals distribution center in the city, located 26 miles northeast of Baltimore. A suspect had opened fire after entering the facility shortly after 9 a.m. Police said the shooter was Sanachia Mosley, I guess I pronounced that right, 26-year-old who they identified as a female. A friend told the Washington Post that Mosley had suffered from bipolar disorder and depression, which they linked to feelings of rejection when Mosley had first come out as gay and later transgender. See the pattern we're getting here? Transgender. It's a real killer. Transgender shootings. The most recent one, a 28-year-old fucking twat. I identify as a man. I identify as Fred Flintstone. Fuck them Christian kids. I want to kill them all. That's exactly what was in the mind of this sick piece of shit, Audrey Elizabeth Hale. If any of you guys are watching from the Jeff Hagee Discord, I'm going to post these pictures. These are the ones that I got from online. Viral. If you're here, man. Look at these pictures, man. That's that fucking wench. That's that wench. And then the last picture, innocent children in front of the school that was shot. Just put that in your foremind and put that in your head right there in the foreground. These innocent children, may not have been them specifically. 9 years old, 3 children lost their lives to this piece of shit. What was this? She won an award, a class participation award. This is the piece of fucking dog shit that took weapons into a fucking Christian school. This is the piece of dog shit that shot 3 innocent adults and 3 innocent 9-year-old children. That just brings my goddamn piss to a fucking boil. And you cannot fucking sit there and tell me that this transgender, this gender identity bullshit movement isn't a goddamn problem in America. You cannot sit there and tell me that that's not a fucking problem. I'm not talking about people being gay. I'm not talking about gay men. I'm not talking about gay women. I have respect for them. And I'm pretty goddamn sure right about now, every gay man and woman in this country, I'm pretty sure their hearts go out to the parents, to the families of these people who lost their lives. And I'm pretty goddamn sure it was a silver bullet to the heart of the LGBT community to know that somebody who identifies as a non-binary, who wants to be a boy, shot up a fucking Christian school. Yes, this was a goddamn hate crime. Yes, it was a fucking hate crime. And I will say this. If the LGBT, if they get involved in this, and they try to protect this piece of shit, if they try to do anything at all to protect motherfuckers like this, who thinks it's really K to shoot up a fucking school, if they think it's K to shoot innocent fucking children because they're different, they were born different, but this is what they identify. I don't know. This bitch is already dead and gone. May she burn and rot in the very depths of fucking hell where she belongs. Just take a look at those pictures. They got her looking so fucking innocent. This innocent young girl who identifies as a fucking boy. This innocent woman, right? That middle picture I posted, her standing there in her little mask, her little cave mask, holding a sign, trans rights or else. That sign right there is a threat to human life. That's a threat. That should have been the first fucking trigger right there. Fuck Audrey Hale. I would say fuck her parents too, but you know, I guess I could say they tried to raise her right. Maybe they tried to raise her, but you know, they were against her being gay and trans. But you know what? Fuck this bitch. May she fucking rot in hell where she belongs. May God never accept her in the kingdom of heaven. May she be buried under Satan's asshole as he blows fire farts right on her fucking face. Fuck this goddamn transgender piece of shit. I'll be right back.
And now back to Nickelodeon's Sunday Night Muppets.
Listen, that's the sound of a unique new flavor, fresh from Hidden Valley. Introducing creamy Parmesan salad dressing. Golden crumbles of real Parmesan cheese with garlic, savory herbs, and spices, blended in a rich, tangy dressing. A sensational new flavor for your salad. Creamy Parmesan, new from Hidden Valley.
This special presentation has been brought to you by Polaroid. Coming up on Nick at Night, it's Mork and Mindy, followed by Dick Van Dyke. And then Alfred Hitchcock presents Nick at Night, preserving our television heritage.
Well, since my baby left me,
The King.
I found a new place to dwell.
The one and only Elvis.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Now the memory of Elvis and his first #1 hit are immortalized in Heartbreak Hotel, a new limited edition collector's plate recommended by the Bradford Exchange and authorized by the estate of Elvis Presley. And now you can own this portrait of the King, banded in 22-karat gold at the issue price of $29.75 if you call now. Not all plates go up in value, some go down, but the Bradford Exchange can often recommend plates with excellent potential. Heartbreak Hotel appears to have similar potential. Plus, the Bradford Exchange offers an unconditional 365-day guarantee, so you risk nothing. Order Heartbreak Hotel today. The King may be gone, but his spirit lives on. To order Heartbreak Hotel, call this toll-free number now. Have your credit card ready to save COD charges.
The cleaning power of Pine Sol cuts through the toughest grime with 5 times the active ingredients of the #2 pine. The disinfecting power of Pine Sol to kill staph germs that imitator can't. More cleaning power with 5 times the active ingredients. You've got the power to get it Pine Sol.
The magic of the holidays. It's captured in holiday cards, holiday carols, and holiday windows. Now MasterCard offers a little magic of our own. Master Values, an exclusive program that saves you up to 25% instantly when you use MasterCard at thousands of stores nationwide. Look for offers with your monthly statement. Master Values. It's like getting a gift when you buy a gift. Only from MasterCard.
Welcome back, guys. We are well within the second hour, third hour, whatever. You're watching us live on twitch.tv/Arrow with a name. If you guys are watching us over there, be sure to hit that follow button down below. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, Arrow Entertainment, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Also, if you guys are on Discord and you like to follow our server on Discord, link for that is down below in the description section, as well as our About section down there below in our Twitch feed. So within the first hour, we were talking about... Oh, God, what the fuck we were talking about? I done fucking forgot. Oh, TikTok. Yeah, we were talking about TikTok. And, guys, like I said, that Restrict Act, you better hope and pray it doesn't pass. As much as you hate TikTok, as much as you want TikTok gone, we need TikTok more than ever. Because if it gets banned, if that bill passes... we're all fucked. So that was covered in the first hour. Second hour, man, I was fucking heated. I gotta get off this. I gotta get off on Discord. I have to get off my own Discord. That shit was pissing me off. Looking at pictures of that piece of shit. Audrey fucking Hale. Fuck her. She's in hell where she belongs now. Fuck that bitch. Oh, let's get into the last topic of the show today. Blockbuster Video. What a difference. You know what? Just for old time's sake, since I'm always, showing commercials and shit on here, during the breaks. Let me look for this commercial. This is nostalgia. This is pure nostalgia. Hopefully there's no goddamn ads during it.
Imagine the perfect video store. It would have a great selection, right? Right! Over 10,000 videos. 3 evening rentals, so no rush, no hassle. Fast checkout. 24-hour quick drop return. Open late every night. Well, the perfect video store...
Welcome to Blockbuster Video.
...is popping up all over the country. There's one near you.
Blockbuster Video. Wow, what a difference.
God, are you guys like 90s kids? Like I am. Born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, whatever. How many of you have made a stop with your parents in the 90s at a Blockbuster Video? Remember when it came out? Like, I could look around in my general area within a 20 to 30 mile radius, and I could tell you where at least three Blockbuster Videos were at one point. Hell, there is a place out in Elkridge, Maryland, and I work out that way. And the building that Blockbuster Video once occupied in the 90s, that building is now it's a liquor store and something else. It still has that blue awning out front. It still, I shit you not, it still has that blue awning that used to be Blockbuster. And I doubt anybody who lives in that area even fucking remembers there being a Blockbuster there. I could tell you 3 different stores, the 3 different businesses that were in that area back in the early 90s. Across the street is where one of the first Little Caesars opened up. I remember when it opened up, like we live maybe about 10-15 minutes up the road from it, like whenever we got pizza, my dad and I, we would drive all the way down to Elkridge and we would get pizza and take it home, just like back in the 90s, everybody was on that crave of, everybody was handing out kid items, kid toys for kids who walked in. You walk into Little Caesars and the kid would be like pizza, and the person behind the register would give you a little surprise toy. It was always in a little baggie. It said surprise, and you open it up, ooh, and it would have a special little toy inside, That was something else. So we had a Little Caesars in that area, and then across the street in the shopping center, right on the far end there, right where you turn in, there was a Super Fresh. Remember Super Fresh? Oh my God. Nowadays you got Walmart, maybe you got a Shoppers somewhere, you got Giant, you got Food Lions, but Super Fresh, that was a store back in the day. Holy shit. It's now a Whole Foods produce store, but it used to be Shoppers. I remember that. Not Shoppers. It used to be Super Fresh. And then, of course, on the far end of the shopping center, in the far corner, like I said, was a Blockbuster Video. And we went there quite a few times in the 90s. You know, my dad, he was a whiz with technology. You know, he had 2 VCRs hooked up to the TV in the living room. We would rent videos just about whenever we could. And he would buy blank VHS tapes. And we would rent movies and record them. You know, we would dub videos. We would dub movies, you know, to have and shit. And then, of course, take the movies back, you know. And that's that. We even had one of those fancy-dancy VHS rewinders. You know, it's a little box. You put the VHS tape in, and you push it down, and it rewinds the tape for you. You don't have to worry about the VCR doing it. We had one of those. So, yeah, that was the 90s technology for us right there. Kids, today, you got Netflix, you got Hulu. Oh, excuse me, if the Restrict Act goes into play, you ain't going to have none of that shit. So I suggest you bust out the old VCR, bust out the old VHS tapes that your mom or grandma or grandpa have, and watch some good old home videos. You're gonna need it. Trust me, that old technology, you're gonna need it here soon. But anyway, you know, Blockbuster Video made a big fucking difference back in the day. And it blew the market open for a lot of different places like Hollywood Video. Redbox came out where you can rent DVDs at a fucking kiosk system located outside your local grocery store or 7-Eleven or gas station. And of course, Netflix has something similar, especially with their online service where you could go online, you can sign up for an account, and you can go out there, you can, let me rent a video from Netflix, you know. You get the DVD by mail, and you watch it, and you send it back, and da-da-da. And now look what all of that has evolved into today. We watch shit digitally. We have several different ways to watch any kind of form of entertainment. You can watch it on your computer, your cell phone, your tablet, your video game system, your smart TVs, anywhere. Anywhere you can pull up a fucking movie nowadays digitally. But it's all ran through online. You need an online account. You know, you need some kind of online connection. But back in the day, we had Blockbuster Video. And man, what a difference it made. You know, you either went out and bought fucking movies, like VHS tapes back then. The prices were astronomical. You were spending like $30, $40, sometimes $60 for a fucking movie just to own a copy of the license to the movie. So if you wanted Batman 1989 when it came out on VHS, you probably paid like $40 or $50 for the VHS. So not only you bought a copy of the license, you know, you own the VHS tape. And then, of course, you know, the little ins and outs of those, you know, the pros and cons of VHS back in the day. Remember when your VCR would eat your tape? You know, that's when something goes wrong inside the VCR, the gears grind up or whatever, something goes wrong, and then you pull the fucking VHS tape out of the VCR, and the tape is still intact inside, so you gotta bug dad to get the screwdriver, pull the VCR out, take the top off, take the tape out of there, you know, rewind it in a sense, you know, fix the tape up and all. My dad was a whiz at that. But that was all something back in the day, you know, when VCRs ate tapes. It's like some devices today, like DVD players, if you bump them a little bit while you're watching a movie, they may scratch the DVD. The eye of the fucking laser may scratch a DVD up or something. Who knows? You know, anything can happen to any kind of technology nowadays. So let's see. It's 1999. The buttery aroma of popcorn fills your nose as you walk down each aisle, browsing the latest Blockbuster releases. Maybe you'll pick up a horror flick. Or something lighter like Toy Story. And it's a memory the movie rental company's fans looked back at fondly this week after realizing Blockbuster's website is still live with a new landing page. The company's website appears to tease something new without giving away too much information. When visiting the site, users are greeted with the company's iconic ticket stub logo and the words, "We are working on rewinding your movie." Now, granted, there is one Blockbuster in this country remaining. And it's out in Oregon. And it's called The Last Blockbuster on Earth. There's actually a documentary movie on Netflix about it, about the family that owns it. Because Blockbuster is owned by, I think it's Dish Network, or so. It's one of those networks that own it. They own Blockbuster. They bought them out, and they still own the rights to it. So when it comes to whoever owns Blockbuster, that family has to go to them in order to renew their lease every year to keep that Blockbuster open. Blockbuster didn't immediately respond to the request for comment, but the site prompted some people to recall the late fees customers incurred if they dared to return a movie past its due date. Others remembered the frustration of not finding the one movie that they wanted to rent. Remember when you went to rent a new release and it was out, tweeted one social media user. So you started looking behind each DVD box to make sure. Others had more sentimental recollections. It makes me realize how many mundane moments of our lives would soon become nostalgic and iconic. How they felt permanent but were only temporary. We didn't know it at the time. We were living in it. Blockbuster's website changed frequently over the past year, of course. Let's see. Blockbuster's landing page had undergone changes periodically over the past few months. Let's see. July 26th, a snapshot of the website shows a GIF of actor Wayne Knight. August 21st, a GIF of John Travolta in Pulp Fiction had been added to the page, and in October, the page appeared as it does now with the company's logo and a movie rewinding message. Blockbuster also has a tendency to troll social media users or post playful messages, prompting the public to engage in the company on Twitter. On March 15th, the company tweeted, "New business idea. We are going to come back as a bank and use VHS and DVDs as currency. Time to go visit your mom." Most recently on Wednesday, a lawyer tweeted out that Blockbuster making a comeback, and the retailer nudged the attorney to make a business pitch. When did Blockbuster first open? Now, this company been around for years. They opened their stores back in October 1985 in Dallas, stocked with at least 8,000 tapes. The store was a much larger scale than any other store at the time. The video rental store had 400 stores around the country in 1988. But when on-demand video services like pay-per-view and cheaper rental services like Redbox began to gain popularity, Blockbuster kind of did struggle to retain its customer base. So in 2004, Blockbuster started its own online DVD rental service to compete with Netflix, but it wasn't enough to save the company. So the company, they filed for bankruptcy September 2010. Stores began to close, and as of 2022, the last remaining store was in Bend, Oregon. Sandy Harding, the store's manager, also listed the store as an Airbnb in 2020, allowing guests to rent their favorite movies as well. When you call dibs on this stay, you're booking a night back in the 90s, but this time you won't have to beg your parents to rent for that latest horror flick. We'll give you the keys to the entire store. Last year, she told USA Today the store was doing all right. I think we have a couple more years, but you know everything could change in a heartbeat. So, if I look, and I've seen it recently, that, let's see, the website is active again. I heard somewhere, where do I got it? Oh, it's over in our Tuned In Live scraps. That's where I saw it at. So let's go over here. Blockbuster Video resurrected, opening 5 new locations in Los Angeles and San Diego. That's where the catch comes in for this. You're opening 5 locations to one of the most popular and nostalgic video stores of all time in a liberal, woke, ran state. Yep, they're not going to stay open for long. That's right, Blockbuster Video has risen from the ashes of Absolence, or whatever the fuck that word is, and announced the grand reopening of 5 new locations in the Los Angeles and San Diego areas. Oh, you mean the biggest crime-ridden areas in California? How nice. The flagship store is set to occupy the prime real estate at the intersection of Sunset and Crescent Heights in West Hollywood. The iconic blue and yellow logo will once again grace the streets, with locals already buzzing with excitement. With streaming platforms facing ongoing challenges and growing consumer discontent, Blockbuster has recognized the nostalgic appeal and rising demand of physical media. The once ubiquitous, video rental giant is banking on the notion that people are ready to embrace the DVD and Blu-ray collections once again. Hollywood local Jimmy Local couldn't be more thrilled about the return of Blockbuster. I'm sick of all this streaming, man. I don't know anyone who watches Netflix anymore. It's all about the Blu-ray. Just last week, I bought the Mercury Rising DVD with Bruce Willis. That was magical. Locals like Jimmy are eager to rent again, anticipating the thrill of browsing shelves filled with movie cases and the satisfaction of avoiding late fees with timely returns. Blockbuster's unexpected revival has left many scratching their heads, wondering whether the move is pure genius or utter madness. As the summer sun begins to shine, one thing is certain: June will see the grand return of Blockbuster Video, a nostalgic nod to simpler times and an opportunity for physical media enthusiasts to rejoice. So dust off your old membership cards and prepare to rewind those VHS tapes as Blockbuster Video makes its triumphant comeback. The stage is set for the epic battle between the streaming giants and the reborn brick-and-mortar champion. Who will emerge victorious in the entertainment arena? Only time will tell. But as of now, none of this article is true at all. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you. God damn it. Fuck. Oh, you motherfuckers got me. Let me all right, hold on. Let's see. Blockbuster Video. Is the website still going? Is the website, what's the web? Oh, of course, the wrong site. Okay, let's see. Blockbuster. How the fuck did I just get trolled by a goddamn... Oh, Jesus Christ. So where is the website for Blockbuster? Website. Blockbuster.com. There we go. It's Blockbuster.com. We are working to rewind your movie. Okay, they're still working on the website. That was fucked up, man. Fuck that shit. I got fucking trolled by a goddamn article. Jesus Christ. Almost getting excited there, wasn't it? But yeah, physical media is still a thing. People still do buy Blu-rays and DVDs. That fad is not going to die off anytime soon. Probably not within the next 5 to 10 years at least. Because let me tell you something. And I know people in Discord and other places will argue with me the fact that, hey, why buy physical media? Why rent physical media when I can just stream the shit online? Well, here's my thing. When it comes to streaming movies, there's the key word: streaming. What do you need to stream a movie? Internet. Okay? Follow me here. You required internet connection that you pay for monthly, whether it be Verizon, whether it be AT&T, or Comcast, or whatever anybody else uses, right? Now, follow me back to the beginning of this show where I was talking about the Restrict Act, where people are like, fuck TikTok, shut it down. Okay. So they passed the act. They passed the bill. Not only is TikTok gone, but so are your streaming services. There goes Netflix. There goes Hulu. There goes YouTube. There goes Twitch. There goes this. There goes that. Guess what? You're not going to be watching anything streaming now. So now you're going to be forced to buy those DVDs and Blu-rays. You're going to be forced to break them out and watch them on that old brick and mortar player. You're going to be forced to do it. So, Blockbuster Video. It's nice that the website is up and running, so they may be working on a competitor. They might be working on a competitor to Netflix. There could be Blockbuster streaming. It could be much better. Could be cheaper. It could be a cheap rental service where maybe, okay, it's not going to follow Netflix. It could be just a rental service online where it's like, okay, you got digital movies out there that are $20, $30. But we can offer you early in advance on this movie. You could rent it for $2 or $3 a night. Could be something like that. That would be great. That would be great. But what also would be even better, I guess, because there's a lot of people out there that are collectors and they do prefer physical media over digital media, a return to that. Because it's very nostalgic. Like, I know a lot of people, if you listen to this show today, a lot of you people prefer to move on and leave the past in the past. I'm somebody who's like, yeah, I am moving on. I'm forced to evolve as I'm moving on. But I also like to live in the past too. I also enjoy the past. So many great memories, so many great things that have come out, so many things that I can relive and remember. So many great memories that I can share. I could share the memories of a Blockbuster Video. I could share my memories with my friends, with my family, with my kids. You know, I could sit down with my daughter and my stepdaughter, and I could tell them stories about what I did when I was a kid, you know, places that I went to, you know, something that would make blow their minds. Just the other day, my stepdaughter, I was playing some 90s commercials on YouTube. And a commercial for DZ Discovery Zone came on. Remember DZ Discovery Zone? The big competitor to Chuck E. Cheese? The one that kind of faded into obscurity? My stepdaughter was like, what's that place? And I said, it's like Chuck E. Cheese, only better. And she said, can we go? I said, sadly, baby, we can't. It's closed down. It closed down a long time ago. And she asked, did you ever go there? I said, yeah, it was fun. They had ball pit. They had all kind of fun stuff. But just the nostalgic of something like that you could share with your family. So when I hear somebody tell me, man, stop living in the past, move on, you know, I'm like, no, you can move on. I'll move on with you, but I do like to stick in the past. I do like to share nostalgic memories. I'm somebody like that. I'm very nostalgic. I'm very retro. I'm like that. That's what I enjoy. So yeah, that fucking article that... I read that whole fucking article just to fucking read a goddamn... What was that fucking statement again? What was that goddamn statement again? Where's that article at? Oh, Jesus, what was that? So, dust off your old membership cards. Prepare to rewind those VHS tapes as Blockbuster Video makes its triumphant comeback. The stage is set for the epic battle between the streaming giants and the reborn brick and mortar champion. Who will emerge victoriously in the entertainment arena? Only time will tell. But as of now, none of this article is true at all. Fuck you. Who wrote the article? Matt Ryan Allen. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, Matt Ryan Allen. Screenwriter, producer, and amateur futurist living in Los Angeles. Yeah. Oh, he was best known for the comedy Four Christmases and Block Party. Yeah, fuck you and your goddamn movie, man. Fuck you to hell. God damn, man. Oh, well. So, guys, that's it for today. That's it for today's episode of Tune In Live, guys. Thank you for joining us in today. 2.5 hours. If you guys missed today's show, have no fear. The show is up on our YouTube channel after it finishes processing, so you can go back and re-listen to me have a fit of rage over TikTok, have a fit of rage over Biden and the school shooting and all. There's reasons to it. You don't want to miss this. So when it goes live again, check it out. Like I said, guys, if you're watching us on YouTube, our YouTube channel, Arrow Entertainment, hit that like and subscribe button down below. If you guys are watching us on twitch.tv/arrow with a name. I don't know if I can get this to pop up here. Oh, there we go. If you're watching us on twitch.tv/arrow with a name, hit that follow button right there. If you guys are on Discord, if you want to follow our Discord server, link is down below in the description section. It's also in the About section on our Twitch page. Click it, come on over to the server and check out what we were talking about today on today's show. Join the gang. Also, today's show is sponsored by Dubby Energy Blend, Dubby Energy Drink. Visit dubby.gg today. Check them out. Check out what flavors of energy drink is a dietary supplement that they offer, especially targeted toward gamers and new streamers as well. If you guys go to dubby.gg today and make a purchase, use coupon code ARROWWAN as your coupon code and save 10% on your purchase over there. Guys, thank you so much for coming in today. Thank you for being part of the show. Thank you for sticking with me during this hard time. And keep tabs on our community section on YouTube for when we go live next. And until next time, guys, make sure you stay tuned in.
What we do here is go back.
Loud.